my Lord. So Jesus shows up, grace shows up at a place to help those that are hopeless, my Lord. And so Jesus shows up and there's a great number of people there. Now, look at what kind of crowd this was. They were blind. Now, you can be blind, but you can move. So one group is blind. They can move, but they can't see where they're going. There's another group, help me Holy Ghost. Help me Holy Ghost. There's another group that's lame. They can see, but they can move, but they have great difficulty in doing it. Oh, boy, this is a deep crowd. And the third group is paralyzed. They can't move at all. They just stuck. My Lord, Lord, change my situation. And so Jesus comes into this crowd and he starts to look around the crowd and he finds that there's a man who's been there for 38 years. Now, I got to tell you something about this. You need to understand that anybody who's been suffering a long time, no matter how excited they were initially, that after so many years, your faith begins to wane. You need to think that he's been there 38 years, 6,490 days. He's been saying, tomorrow, things are going to change. Tomorrow, I'll give my life tomorrow. He's been saying tomorrow things are going to change for 38 years. From today, that would be 1973. Since 1973, somebody's been looking to be healed at a specific place. Now that's one problem. It's been a long time, so your faith can begin to wane after a long time. But there's another piece. If you're in an atmosphere with a bunch of broken, lame, blind, paralyzed people, what kind of healing atmosphere are you in? Because now you're in a situation where people are, yeah, man, you think we're going to get healed tomorrow? I don't know, bro. You know what I mean, man? You know, the man just holding me down. They begin to perpetuate each other's stuff. Yeah, man, you just stay here because I'm here with you and we all right here and things of that nature. And so the environment had to be pretty cold. And not only that, why were they there? Because the pool, supposedly an angel would come once a year and get down and stir. And when the angel stirred, the first one in the pool got healed. So the place of healing is a place of competition. You're only going to get healed if you fast enough. So now you suffer because of your own deficiencies. Lord, change my situation. So it was once a year the angel would stir the waters, and the first one in. You can imagine what kind of environment this was. I don't think they had a lot of shout music going on there. I don't think it was a whole lot of praising God going on down there, because sometimes when everybody's doing bad together, they begin to play on one another and make the situation even worse and even more toxic and even more impossible to move ahead. Sometimes you just hanging out with the wrong crowd. You ever seen the crowd? Yeah, man. I don't know how you think you're going to get out. You belong here with the rest of us. So here he is in a toxic situation, and then Jesus shows up. And when Jesus shows up, I guess he starts inquiring, what's all these folk laying out here for? There are a whole lot of people who come to church every Sunday saying, next Sunday, I'm going to get my deliverance. Next Sunday, I'm going to get my breakthrough. Next Sunday, God's going to explode in my life. But then you look at the reality of who's around you and they tell you, and it becomes a toxic sad situation. So Jesus shows up. And he starts asking, what's going on here? I think about when you've been doing bad a long time, everybody knows your situation. Don't think they're talking about you. Yeah, cousin Fred. He the family alcoholic. Yeah, he's been drunk since 1942. He ain't never gonna stop. You know so-and-so, Carrie Mae, she ain't never had no job. She ain't going to work no. Everybody knows. You know Billy, he always humming and bumming, panhandling. He's always borrowing and never paying back. Everybody knows your story. So they know his story. And I can imagine since he's been there 38 years, every time, yeah, you know him. I might have been here, but I ain't been here as long as he had. And so Jesus goes up to the man because after he's heard from everybody else, he goes to the man and he says, do you want to be made well? Now some people think he's asking to be facetious because of course he wants to be made well. He's been laying here 38 years. He's been in this situation for 38 years. Surely he wants to get, he hasn't gotten comfortable in this mess. Surely he wants to get well. And so Jesus, do you want to be made well? But what Jesus said to him, I have what you need. Look unto me. I can make you well. Are you ready to be made well? Are you ready to come out of the situation that you're in? And the man, because he's used to the system, he starts giving excuses. Don't ever underestimate the system. The system says you got to get in line. When the angel stirs, you got to break as fast as you can for the pool. And if you don't get in, you don't make it. The system says if you don't have friends, if you ain't connected, if you're not part of the union, if you don't know somebody, that you can't get in. The system says that if you're not the right race, if you're not the right height, if you're not the right gender, you're not in the system. He had been indoctrinated in the system because the system says it's all about survival of the fittest. Who's the biggest and the baddest and the toughest. And so he's indoctrinated and he's telling Jesus, the system says I need to get in that pool. His mind is on the pool. Too many of us, our minds are on the pool and not on God. Our mind is on the pool. If I could just get the pool, if I could just get my resume typed up good enough, if I could just get the right references, if I can get the right credit score, if I could just get the right man, if I could just get the right woman, everything will be. They're indoctrinated in the system. Lord, change my situation.